Hi, it's Elaine with MCPS Technology. Let's talk about the amazing collaboration features in Google Drive. So, we've been talking about bringing in outside files and keeping them in Drive, and that's a wonderful way to store and share files. But it's important to keep in mind that if you create a file in something like Microsoft Word and you bring it into Drive, it can live there, you can share it, but the true power of Google Drive lies in the ability to make documents from scratch and to collaborate with other people. So, we're going to go through just a few examples to show you the possibilities that exist there. So I'm in my drive and I'm in the folder, Google Drive Challenge folder that I asked you to make, and I have one as well. So I'm going to go to the new button and I'm going to choose Google Docs to make a brand new Google document. And with my slow internet, it might take that just a minute to come in. And the first thing I should always do when I make a new document is title it. Otherwise, I'll have a bunch of documents called untitled document, and that's never a good thing when you're looking for something, trying to find something you've misplaced. So I can click in the upper left and just call this practice document 1. And then I can get started working right away by clicking down into my document. So I'm just going to type a couple of lines here, like Google is amazing. And I'm misspelling, but I'm just going to skip over that. I love the possibilities with this program. Wow. I really cannot talk and type. This is okay though, because one of the things I'm going to show you about collaboration is that other people can come in and help us, revise our documents. So we talked last time about sharing. So I know you're familiar with that, but let's go back there because before I can collaborate with someone on this document, I have to share it with them. So as I'm in my document, I'm clicking on share. And as we talked about in a previous video, by default, all documents are private in Google. So you don't have to worry about other people seeing your documents unless you give them permission to do so. So when you go to share, automatically you'll see a spot where you can type in someone's name to share the document with, and you have some choices about whether they can edit, comment, or just view. But you might not have noticed there's a tiny word in the bottom right called advanced. So if you click on that, it's going to show you all the possibilities that are there within the sharing features. So as you can see, by default, it's private and only I can access it. If I wish to change that, I can click on change. I can also share, this is link sharing. Okay, so if I want to, I can send a link to my document rather than sending an email saying, hey, here's my document. The reason this is important to know is if you're sharing something with someone outside your domain, then you might want to go into the advanced tab and click on anyone with the link can view. For example, if you were sending something to parents who are not in your domain, then you would want to click on that. Otherwise, they will not be able to see your document. So that's just good to know. And of course, you can give people editing rights as well, but be careful about doing that because anytime you send a link, then you don't always know who's been in your document. So you're kind of opening up your document to the world. So when I do that, I usually leave mine on can view. If I'm going to allow people to edit, then I typically would invite them using this method. So right now, I'm just going to invite myself, one of my other Google addresses, to come in and collaborate with me on this document just so you can see what that looks like. I can also add a message here, which I would normally do if I were really sending this to someone. So then I click send, And in a few minutes, my other email is going to receive a message. Notice I'm getting a little warning here. Are you sure? You are sharing outside your domain. So Google tries to look out for you. But yes, I do want to share this outside my domain. So, and it's now sending. So what I want you to see is the possibilities that happen when you share a document. So you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to be coming back in just a moment as another Elaine from my other email. Okay, so I am going to come into the document. So watch carefully what happens. You'll see that in just a moment, someone else is going to appear in this document. And it's really neat because Google lets you know when someone else is in your document, you're going to know. Notice at the top of the document, a tiny picture just appeared. And when I start typing as the other Elaine, the alter ego, I say, I also love Google. What's not to love? Yeah, and the other Elaine apparently cannot type either. But notice when I type, a little pink tag follows me. So this is how you know when someone else is in your document. You can actually have up to 50 people in your document. And as a teacher, you could think about the possibilities that you could do with students working on documents together. And one of the features that makes that so powerful is the comments feature. So inside, as a collaborator, let's say I think you should, well, first of all, you've misspelled this word. So let me tell you about amazing and tell you that you have misspelled it. I'm going to give you a little comment. I believe this word, you can't see what I'm typing because I'm doing it on my other computer. But watch what happens. Here comes a comment. Come on, comment. There it is. So I've made a comment and you can see how the power of this. So students can make comments on each other, even if they're not in the same place, they can do this. This breaks down the barriers of time and space. So at night, when students are at home, they can collaborate with each other through the internet, which is a pretty amazing thing. Google Drive. I can also comment on this. I can reply to it. I can say, thank you so much. So you see how the comment feature can just be really powerful. So you comment by going up to this comments button, or you can actually right click on the page. There's always more than one way to do things in Google. So you can highlight something or not. And it's just a wonderful tool. But there's another possibility as well. If you are working on a Google document with someone else, you can also go into what's called suggesting mode. So if I go up here by the word editing and I choose suggesting, so everyone has to agree that we're going into suggesting mode. And what that means, it's more of a polite collaboration. So I might say, you know what, I think we should delete this right here. So I'm backspacing, but notice it's not actually deleting this. So over here, I can say, I think we should delete this. This really allows a group to edit a document without, people typing over each other or destroying a document and that kind of thing. So this would be helpful to use sometimes, perhaps with students as they learn to collaborate politely. Another tool that makes this extremely powerful for teachers is called version history. So you remember when you were in school and you did group work, which I actually hated, and there was always that one person who did not pull his weight, but you covered for him because you didn't want the group to get a bad grade, right? And the teacher never knew. Well, with Google Drive, that person is busted. So as the owner of this document, I can go over here to File, and I can choose something called Version History. So I can name this current version of the document, or I can click on See Version History. And this is an amazing thing. So what this does is it shows me And by giving people different colors, okay, notice these 2 colors, it shows me what I typed and also what my alter ego Elaine typed. I can go to an earlier version where there's nothing on the document. But notice what I can do. I can name, if I go to these 3 dots, I can name this version and keep it, or I can revert to an earlier version. If someone has messed up my document, I can also do that. So if I click on a version, notice I have the option to restore this version. So, and this is like the time that you get a kid who thinks it's funny, maybe to go into a shared document and make a few changes, try to be, comical, and then you've lost your document, or you think you have, but then you can go to version history and you can restore it and you can get Johnny in trouble. So that way, kids learn that this collaboration is a serious thing and that they need to pay attention. So, these are just a few of the reasons why Google Drive is an amazing tool for collaboration. So, I now challenge you to go forth and practice with these tools. I really think you're going to love them.